Welcome to the presentation on Relationships and Sex Education, our RSE programme here at Deer Park. Today's session outcomes is to understand what the RSE guidance is and what it includes, to know how RSE has been and will be delivered at Deer Park, and to understand how stakeholders are informed about the RSE. What is RSE and how do we get there? The Department for Education published statutory guidance for health education, relationships, education and RSE in June 2019. This covers broad areas of particular relevance and concern to children and young people today. It should ensure that every pupil is guaranteed an education that covers mental health and wellbeing, physical health, including healthy lifestyle and first aid, learning about safe, healthy relationships and sex, which include understanding consent, negotiating life online, and also intimate relationships. What is RSE and how do we get there? Today's children and young people are growing up in an increasingly complex world and living their lives seamlessly on and offline. This presents many positive and exciting opportunities, but also challenges and risks. In this environment, children and young people need to know how to be safe and healthy and how to manage their academic, personal, and social lives in a positive way. What does the RSE guidance include? Now, this includes a whole of secondary school. We're very aware that we only have our Year 7 students at the moment, so this will eventually need to be included in our curriculum from Year 7 all the way to Year 11. And this is just a snapshot of the vast amount of complex and sensitive topics and issues. Perhaps when you were discussing the positive and exciting opportunities as well as the risks and challenges that face young people, you may have mentioned some of these topics. How do we cover the RSE content required at Deer Park? This is in three ways mainly. Through the MSS curriculum, which students have a specific lesson once a fortnight with a teacher. This is us tutor sessions, so at least 2 sessions a week in tutor, and also a number of assemblies throughout the year. Firstly, let's look at what MSS is. So MSS, also known as Moral and Social Studies, is a subject through which children and young people have the equal opportunity to acquire the knowledge, understanding and skills they need to manage their lives now and in the future in a changing world. It develops the qualities and attributes people need to thrive as individuals, family members and members of society. In short, it's a curriculum that prepares students with the knowledge and life skills they will require in everyday life. What's our aim of the MSS curriculum? Through MSS, as you can see, we support the personal development of physically, emotionally and socially healthy young people. We hope to reduce or remove barriers to learning such as bullying, low self-esteem, unhealthy and risky behaviours, equip young people to make choices that keep themselves and others safe, and to support the development of essential employability skills for the 21st century, as well as meeting the legal requirements to cover the content set out in the RSE guidance. So this year in MSS for Year 7, we have covered the following topics. We ensure that it is age appropriate at each year, and as we go through the years, we will build upon these topics further. So this year we've looked at transition, which has included transition into secondary school and being able to set yourself goals, relationships, which has included healthy friendships, it's included bullying, the different types of bullying, and how we can navigate around those things. Money, we've looked at budgeting, we've looked at bank accounts, risk and first aid, so how we assess a situation and how we could apply first aid in a situation, and healthy choices, probably one of the most important things this year. So we've looked at healthy eating, which we've incorporated Healthy Eating Week. We have looked at sleep and the importance and quality of sleep. We have also looked at screen time, exercise, mental health and wellbeing, as well as mindfulness. An example of a lesson that you might find in MSS or on the student's Google Classroom would look like this. So this is an example of a bullying lesson. Within a bullying lesson, we explored the issue of bullying over a series of lessons, and this was just one of them. So we looked at the students being able to reflect on their own experiences around bullying, exploring two different types of bullying, which were verbal and physical, and being able to understand where to go for advice on bullying. This lesson forms part of our relationship scheme of work, and it's vital that students have an understanding of the types of bullying and what bullying is. It enables students to explore all of these things and also know some ways in which they can get advice on bullying should they encounter this themselves. Throughout the lesson, all protocol is followed in terms of ground rules, which will be shared with you shortly, distancing techniques, so scenarios, fictional characters, and also signposting. Handling complex issues in the classroom can sometimes be tricky, but we ensure establishing a safe learning environment. And one of the most important things that staff ensure is that the students can work to establish the ground rules about how they behave towards each other in discussions. And this links back for us being a rights-respecting school. Providing small group and class discussion opportunities and always allowing and following the school policy regarding safeguarding and confidentiality. How we do this within the ground rules. These ground rules help to minimise inappropriate and unintended disclosures and comments of a negative nature made towards other students. They are paramount to effectively manage discussions that might elicit strong opinions from students as well as their thoughts. During This Is Us sessions this year, we've covered a number of things that have complemented the MSS curriculum. These have included online safety, student wellbeing, diversity, fair trade, mental health, anti-racism, further looking at healthy relationships, and also celebrating RSC Day. Within assemblies this year, we have covered a number of different things, again complementing the This Is Us sessions and also the MSS curriculum. We've looked at diversity, we've looked at bullying, mental health, empathy, responsibility, respect. We've done a module looking at Black History Month and also how students can manage their fear. Moving on to next year with an ever-changing curriculum, we're going to be looking at a number of different topics. These topics are split into four main areas: me, myself, and I, which covers self-esteem, celebrating difference, healthy relationships again, and also mindfulness. Family relationships look at the family unit and also managing any conflict. Careers, we look at goal setting, pathways, further career exploration. In citizenship, we look at how the world works in terms of democracy, parliament, the police, and also the law system, which allows students to have their say on a number of different issues. To end with, I just want to share with you this quote that comes from the RSC guidance that acts as a reminder that although GCSE grades and learning are important, these are young people in front of us on a daily basis, navigating their way through a complex and ever-changing world that through the RSC and MSS curriculum allows them an opportunity to understand it a little bit more clearly, and most importantly, know where to access support when needed. Thank you for your time, and if you would like more information regarding the RSC and MSS curriculum, this can be found on the links in the letter that you have received via your email.